and, everything technological, our automobiles, our airplanes, I mean, we're just floating along here on Flight 777, and right now we're just passing by heaven on our way to something more than paradise, a meeting place that's really nice that many people call Spring Creek, man. It's where we always wanted to be because that's where we already are, partying down with the troops, don't you see? While the rest of us is over here on the other side, a little shadowy presence, I'd say, living away in agony and having a hell of a time getting through it. Well, you got to listen to the Ozark Mountain Daredevils every now and then. They're like your witch doctors of love, man. Which doctor of love do you want right now, baby? I mean, come on, man, get real. That's the deal, man. Get right with your heart. You ain't done a damn thing in this life, nor nothing's been done to you that, wasn't there for the experience of it in a big sort of way. And if you don't think your joyous, happy side of self was amazed to see you get through that and cheering you on the whole way and all that good stuff, well, you don't understand how the game is played just yet then, do you? But you're getting it, man, 'cause why? Well, it's Free Day Friday, for one. This is the day we set ourselves free. This is the day we say, ooh, what I are is what I want to be. And you suddenly get kind of comfortable inside of you, man. There's a little bit of itch, a little bit of scratch, a little bit of, ooh, what is that, going on as you expand. And parts of yourself are moving around that never did move before, and they're kind of learning to go with the flow when before they were more like a wall or something, But that old wall dissolves into what it really is, which is encouragement, man. And, break it down to the basic elements. When somebody hates you, they love you so much they can't stand the sight of you. Coyote medicine through. Little Spring Creek coming through, eh? But it's just that way, man. When somebody hates you, wants to attack you, take you out, all that bad shite, man, nasty, nasty, nasty. Don't do that, children. I'll burn your little fingers, etc., But anyway, they're just there to help you along the way. Because that's one of the biggest challenges in life, is to see beyond its illusions. It's big old fat effing lies, man, And we think it's just politics that lie to us. Hell, it's all of it, man. Politics and religion and those kind of lying sacks of doo-doo. Well, babies, they're there to help you find what a real lie is. See, they can only suggest it to you, just like your own little self can only suggest a part of yourself, a shadowy little presence of self. But there's something greater. You were born knowing that. And you ain't going to die knowing that, because you're going to fly knowing that, okay? In other words, you're going to dissolve yourself into the material reality around you and become its cosmic presence forever and ever. It's like Mother Earth is. You're the eyes, ears, heart, voice, the wind, the tribal beat, the jungle love. You're everything that life is made of. You see, everything. That's why we chose to come and experience this lesser trail. So when the real thing comes around, well, we wouldn't fail, man. We'd be right there on it. I mean, having been where we've been as we unwind, not only the time, but the effects of time, and we come back to our own little presence here at Spring Creek on the Hazy Radio Network in that rock and roll sort of way. Well, you got to remember, nobody promised us a rose garden, Got to understand the beat of the jungle, of the tribe, the vibe, man, the resonation of which life is. Then you can see past the lie of it, man. You see, we feel threatened in the jungle, especially if you haven't lived there for a while. There's all these great big snakes and lions and tigers and maybe even bears. I don't know. Never seen a bear in the jungle, but there could be. You never know. And then there's all these little poisonous lizards and bugs up the gazoozy. Spiders big enough to suck you dry in a heartbeat, man. I mean, wow, dangerous world out there, man. You don't want to go in there, man. Lesson you got, the charm of the angels all around you all the time, man. In which case you're going to do just all right. You don't have to be afraid of anything, see? When you're in the flow of love, love flows with you, and so does the creation it's made of, too, man. Come on, baby, see? That's how we go. You want to put it into this travesty and the political reality all across this earth? You know, it ain't just the USA. But, oh, we sure got our share of it, don't we? But you want to put an end to all of that? Don't be political. Let that shit go. I mean, resist where you have to. Don't let them get away with it too easy. But at the same time, understand that's the unreality. They have no power. No matter how many pieces of paper they pass back and forth and how many secret transactions they conduct, etc., etc., and all the horrible nonsense that goes with it, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's a lie. It's a big, huge GD lie. Now, you put the G and the D together, and you got to know what I mean. But I'll tell you what, it's a blessed lie, too. It's like an egg hatching out, man. We've been living inside the shell and thinking that was it, man. We had no idea of what we were birthing into. We were that stupid. Lying there in that embryonic egg, you know, this little earth reality we call 3D. It's a metaphor, okay? Just in case you can't catch it, baby. But it's a metaphorical truth, too, man. Helping us along the way and helping us get what we got already. See, when you understand that, and you understand then the egg shell is cracking, dissolving away, really. And there's a whole nother world, there's a whole nother life to be lived. This is just a pittance. This mere suggestion of what life can be. It can be pretty damn good at times, can't it? Pretty awful, too. You know, ain't there a little bit of both? I mean, but that is the same thing. When it's awful, it's great for your soul, your heart, for the experience of it. When it's good, well, your heart and soul get a little lazy, but they certainly enjoy it. See, that's what we got in this habit of having to re-stress ourselves all the time, make the problems bigger and bigger until they were worldwide, you know. You know, it's part of our unifying energy coming into play, but it comes because of the backward nature of this earth, you know, this 3D. We come into it like in a backwards way, so we come into it in a warlike way. You know, being afraid of one another, but maybe being afraid of something greater even than one another, etc. You know, and you band up to go fight things and all of that kind of shit. But little by little, it was leading back to this place where we are today, this moment of now and how, where, you know, the whole of humanity is gathered in the heart of sanity. Because one or two over there and over there and over there got it. And when they got it, well, everybody else does too. See, this is a pre-laid plan from long ago, from way in the future too. You know, we've talked about that a bit before. I don't want to get you too dizzy. Babies, we've been busy in these time frames, and we pulled it off completely. Somewhere back in the late 80s, early 90s, the whole cycle came to a conclusionary point. You know, one of them spring creek moments where everything banded together, you know, and the human heart experiences oneness in one moment with all of its creation through the mother of love, you know, spotted eagle flying above, and silly little human being lying on the ground, you know. And a big old portal opens, a big old gush of love, a fountain of energy, a connection, a communion with life, such as there could never be in some secret, quiet, little primitive place so damn far in the backwoods of America you'd never find it if you went looking for it. But it's there in your heart, because everybody was there living it, you know, as one human, as one gigantic eagle, a spotted eagle, soft white dots on its chest, a golden beak, just glowing, man. Eyes just steady, real, right, confident. Ain't nothing in its way. That's our reality revealing itself to us back in that day. When the reality came out to play, that's when the winds did shift. And the changes have been coming on ever since then, you see. That's how it works in this 3D. You know, where you're going to get away with something, you got to do it in the background. You can't just go out there, you know, be Jesus on the rooftop and play some rock and roll. That's beautiful and that's part of it too. But guess what? You know, the quiet shit going on in the background is where you can get away with it. You know, the shit in the foreground is like the news media plays on us all the time. You know, a gracious distraction from something even uglier than the ugliness they're pointing out right now. Amazing how the lie propels the lie into a much larger lie, but how that lie propels the much larger hidden truth to come forward. I mean, the itch, the scratch, the burn that just don't go away, etc., you know, it's been there for a long time, but forever and a day, and in the last 200-300 years, it's been amplified, coming in a little bit more with each generation. Believe it or not, I know we've been through some horrible shit in that time, but in progression of regenerating the human heart as a singular presence, well, we've come a long way, baby. Boy, babies, I tell you, we've been getting downloads. I think last night I got dumped on pretty good. You know, well, you know, I say dumped on, it just means I got a lot all at once. So it's not really dumped on. Shit, no, man, these guys love us so much, it's unbelievable, you know. And what that is, really, when you feel like you're getting a download like that, then it starts chattering into experience the next day or two and so on. You start to get used to it. It's like new suit of clothes again, you know, new awareness, new understanding, and, you know, seeing the truth about every person you know, etc., etc., etc. Boy, do you ever let go. You know, your whole vision of life changes, man. You know, you just see you begin to see a little more of what's real here. You don't see the whole thing just yet. It takes a bit of doing. But that's the connection with it. Just like the connection between that grand winged thing and that poor little man down on the ground there, you know, or woman as the case may be, man. You know, it takes both to set us free. All of us are the same being, the same person, represented as well in a man as a woman, because they're the same being, the same presence, same person. You know, we've delegated ourselves to different little roles here in this silly-ass reality, but none of that's real either. It's the biggest damn lie we ever lived, but a beautiful one, too. And we sure had a lot of fun effing around with it now, didn't we? See, I can keep it to a PG, man. I just got to focus a little bit, okay? Hey, you're getting at the Hazy Radio sort of way through the heart of Grandpa and little Okie-Wan Kenobi and the Blue Buffalo and the Green Man and the Coyote, of course, and, you know, all the little angels from the tiniest little elementals to the largest expressions of living color that an angel can be, which is probably all of it, I think. You know, I think it's just one big gigantic angel, this creation, and all the universes and parallels and dimensional realities within it, all the different perceptions that, guess what, are becoming that one perception. See, that's the shift we've been waiting for. It's what we're creating right now. That's peace on earth and then some. So just like that moment of time where that old majestic angelic presence came along in feathered form, well, and there was that grand communion. Well, this is it too. The grand communion's in you and the reality around you. Let your heart then guide your eyes. Protect you greatly, so there's no big surprise. No hurtful thing can come forward now. Only the most helpful. So you can stop worrying about your neighbors and friends, and they can stop worrying about you, and everybody can just be cool. Just live in this presence, this singular presence of your person, and understand what that singular presence represents. That's the whole ball of wax, baby. That's all of it. All of these universal dimensions and realities and parallels and sugar and spice and everything nice and a little bit of, angel fairy dust on top just to make it go right. I mean, it's all cool now, And little by little, we're bringing this earth back because we never gave her the great attack. We had to fool ourselves into thinking we could. Shit. You got to remember, this is what we're made of. When we attack the earth, whether it's with huge old bombs or, these gigantic drill bits or whatever, man, we're doing injury to our own presence. That's the same presence we are. It's what we're made of. And that consciousness lives in us as if we're the earth too, because we are. It's one presence, ever expanding in everything. And as luck would have it, the blessings be that are, we're right here rocking and rolling ourselves into it. That's our role. To be in this person, the one person in all of it. It's the cosmic reflection of the true heart. And living in that, as true as that can be. See, then there's no wavering. There's no injustice. Can't be. You see, it's only love in motion. When love is there, consciously present, then the lies and illusions disappear. That's your real revolution here. It's moving beyond the worlds, the idea and concept of worlds, by going inside your soft, sweet little hide. With a little aid from nature and the sunlight, that's good too. However you can manage it. Take your moments. Be present in yourself. In our self. Because that's who we are, man, we're these rockin' beings that is the one being, The rockin' chick that rules the universe? Hell no. She's more than that. She's all of it. She's us. And we're her. If you want to be a him, you can be, okay, but it's not a him. It's a her. It's born of the mother, it is the mother. No matter how it professes to be otherwise. If you look closely, there isn't that much variance. There's a lot of uniqueness here, but there isn't that much variance. We've been tricked into believing there's all this difference. Yeah, well, we're opposite polarities and shit like that. Well, babies, it's a way of training ourselves out of that at the very least now, isn't it? And there's a whole lot more benefit in it. Or let me tell you, we wouldn't do it. You think we're going to put up with this shit for a minute? Assaults on our person from the sky and the air around us. You think we're blind as a bat and don't see this shit going on? All the strange electronics, all the weird satellites, all the dust in the atmosphere, etc. Wow. But see, we know that's just trying to keep us fixated in this reality by our responding to it, reacting to it, trying to put it out of business somehow. By not paying attention to the business in us, we get externalized that way. And the eternal is the internal. That's why, a lot of people on a spiritual path go into times of solitude, because that's where you get it all. When you realize the oneness of your person, there can't be any ego in it. That's a lie too. See, we're not polarized. There's not this empty being that has to fill its presence with ugly things. Or beautiful ones either. The beauty comes from inside, not the outside. Same as the rest of creation. See, that's the blossoming flower of love. That's the moment of truth from this little sound booth here up in the Rocky Mountain High. See, it's where we really fly. That's our real love. That's the light of life in motion, creating itself again and again and again, ever expanding in kind of an orgasmic way, a very soft, sweet, contented, loving way, like the longest satisfied sigh there could ever be. You see, that's where we are. That's who we are. That's what we are. And we get to experience it as a person. And as we demonstrate to the universe that we can handle this, then the personal experience becomes everybody's and everything's experience. All is a personal thing, in a personal way, from the tiniest bug or speck of dust to the largest mountainous whatever you can think of, the greatest creations there are. It's all equitous. It's all one life. It's all one joyous, contented sigh of creative expression. That's the great art, the great rock and roll. Yeah, the great tunage, don't you know, arises from. And yeah, I tell you what, it was so damn raggedy here that it wasn't that long ago. You had to be some kind of a loady to get into those zones, man, you know. But that was the key. That was the secret. And even though you were inexperienced in handling that energy, you did a damn fine job of it. And you brought forth rock and roll that'll milk a person's perceptions, don't you know? It's a multi-dimensional expression. It's another one of those little background things that's right there in your face, man. Coyote medicine through and through. You know, the evil nature of rock and roll, as some people would say. A-holes every day, eh? But that was the facade. It got it into play, you know. If it thought it was serving evil, then it could do good in the background, and it always did, because it found a way to express itself in those resonating tones and rhythmic beats and harmonies and disharmonies and so forth, a way to be the awakening to the vibrational harmony of creation in a multidimensional form of expression that at first only the children are going to understand. And from there it does expand. You know, like everything, you got to give it a birth. You got to give it a place of beginning. Its own little spring creek, you know. Well, that's what we did back in those days. That's what we're still doing in these days. By ever expanding in a multi-dimensional way, by participating in its presence, wouldn't you say? As you rock your heart away, here on the Hazy Radio Network with Grandpa Coyote, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We even got Puff the Magic Dragon hanging out over there protecting my crystal ball, man. I mean, how much clearer can it be, dear? I don't know. Stay tuned in here. Gets better all the time, every day. It's another way. But especially what? On a free day Friday, man. That's when the reality comes out to play, and the other mother truckers scurry off into the darkness trying to hide from it, wouldn't you say? But guess what? No place to run to, no place to hide. Everywhere you go, it just turns bright and beautiful and magnifies love to you and love to you. And you run a little more, and you run a little more, and love is everywhere you go. Everything that is, everything you are. You can't outrun it no more, man. You might as well just give in. Let the mother love hold you for a few months before you get some understanding of just what the hell's been going on here and why you're running. You know, if I felt ugly like that, I'd be running too. Well, I guess we have been, haven't we? We all do it, man, one way or another. But these are the desperados, the last little chinks in the brick building of love that we need to take care of. I'm telling you, man. And they're happening. It's just, you know, a matter of a little drift, a little roll. Don't focus on them. Focus on yourself, don't you know? Now listen here, we've also, while we're all in a steady communion like this, let me tell you, we got to send out some energetic help to some of our friends. One down in Texas got himself in trouble, did some silly thing, got himself in trouble with the law. Let's help that dude out, because he's part of our new form and expression, and we need him out and about. We don't need him all locked up in a cage and going down in rage, okay? Speaking of that, you know, somebody else is trying to turn the page, and we don't want them to do that. It's a very divine soul sister, a presence you all can feel right now, so she knows she's real. Well, give her the gift of going beyond if she wants to, but, you know, by letting go of any clingy thing we might have there. You know, just love her enough to let her know that she's welcome to stay here, and she'll get it here just as quick as she would there, okay? And we're not going to let her down no more, nor anybody else either. Not you, not anybody else. I got another friend over here in the mountain. Needs some real help, babies, and that's coming through too, you know. And anybody you can think of, well, in this moment, we're touching them all, man. It's time to you know, shorten the bridges, get get over these gulfs and gaps in life between us. Resonate with the one truth, the simple truth of the love right there in the center of your presence, which unites all elements of your person, dense, cantankerous, light, bright. It's all the same thing. It's all branches off of the same tree, man, rooted down there inside of each one of us, man. So you can't say this branch is any worse than that one, maybe that one produces a little more because it's got a little better aspect of the sun or something, but who knows? What's happening now is the flow of the sun comes from inside. It's kind of like we just pull it out of the sky into every little individual particle of what is. See, that's called enlightenment. But when you see the world's unifying like that, then there is no division. There's no dividing night and day. There's no dividing the light away from life, because that's where it's made up. In its actual presence, it glows like a son of a gun. Glittery bright, just like you and I, man. And the little dog eats it. That's what I keep him around for, man, just to remind me wow, so innocent, so pure in that glittery love. See? That's just a suggestion, baby, but you live it as you will, but there it is, available right now. Moment just like that. See, it's the repetitive nature of time. Because these moments where these openings are, these incredible awakening moments, the uniting of life, that's one moment that replicates itself when it's stretched out in time here and there. But it's still the same moment. It's right now. There's me sitting here at the microphone, Okie over there laying in the chair, encouraging us ever onward. The sun shining out there in the atmosphere, the blue sky you can't put away no matter how much crap you pump into it, eh? See, there is a nature here that's bigger than we are because it's made of us. The mother love, baby, earth. Truth. Expansive, soft, loving, encouraging, nurturing growth, life, expanded because it loves the feeling of it, man. Okay? So let the old bullshit just melt away. Don't kid yourself anymore. Live the life you're intended to be because you already are, okay? Ain't no time no more. Time's right now, I tell you what. Even the score, baby, right there inside of you. And then all these others will too, man. It's just the way it works, Sometimes you have to hang on for dear life. Because even though you're getting it, it seems like the whole world around you, the old hurricanes going on, and it's just breaking it all to shite. Well, you're getting that right, man. But notice you're the calm at the center of the storm. And the more contented you be, the more contented the storm around you. See? In other words, you spread it from the wealth of your heart by letting it be open and expansive and not closed and guarded and protected. No matter what you might think about the way things are in this life, there is a reality beyond those frickin' lies we've been living in. And it's huge. It's you and me. It's rock. It's coyote. And guess what? If you look now, just go look at the sky. You don't have to look at the sun or nothing. Go look at the sky. And your eyes will begin to dissolve away the facade. You'll begin to see what I'm trying to suggest to you here. Through these rays of love we radiate from the Rocky Mountain high through the heart of my little guy and me too, and all these angels and caricatures that are gathered around here in one way or another, babies, including me and you and all the rest of us too. It's a wild little ride when you take it unified now, isn't it, dear? I thought so. See? Not so tough to get it clear. Just don't be afraid no more, because you're living it. You can't be afraid of it, right? Cool, huh? Well, ooh, that was a good drink of water. Oh, I love my coffee, don't you? First thing in the day. Where's my rooster? Well, go catch that rooster. We got to make him crow again. Oh, it's too late in the day. He's already punched out and gone home, man. Going out there to take care of them old hens, Well, just remember, we're little hatchlings, baby. Be ready to see a whole new spectacular side of yourself. What you are is what you can be. in that potential is a truth. You know, you felt very unfulfilled in that here, one way or another. But the truth of it's always been there. This has been the caricature, you know, the little cartoon world, where we drew ourselves out through some pretty ugly things, so we could see the beauty even in that crap. See the honor of the heart. Available to all, high and low. Everybody has their moments where they join the flow. And now it's become like an avalanche or a tidal wave, don't you know? Catching up everybody in it, and some people will be tumbled around and their whole world will be destroyed. All their ideas of living gone, pew, like that. But instead of in such a destructive way, it's just a swirl of love comes along and wipes out your perceptions. And you just no longer live that way. You awaken to a whole new life, the reality. You live beyond the lie, mother trucker. Okay? And then it don't matter what character you've been. It's the character that you are right here, right now. Now that's a Spring Creek moment. That's a fresh drink of water. For free, because we don't charge nothing. Not here in the 3D or anywhere else, don't you see? We are the charge, baby. Da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, and you can leave your hat on too, baby. Let's just take it all off and show them how it's done. We are rocking right here in the bright old shining sun. Seems to be coming out inside more and more, don't it, I'd say. That hazy radio network sort of way. Tune in here when you want to get it clear, especially early in the day, Monday through Friday. Grandpa's here to help carry you along the way. A little skinny fart. I don't know how he does it, but somehow it works.